Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Saco School Board meeting for Wednesday, September 8th at 7 p.m. Would like to make note of all school board members present this evening, including Superintendent Ray. And would you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And item number 3 this evening is the approval of the school board meeting minutes dated September 24th, 2025. Is there a motion?
Mayor,
School Board Member Truman.
I move we approve the school board meeting minutes dated September 24th, 2025.
Thank you. Motion has been made by School Board Member Truman. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by School Board Member Johnston. Any discussion or comments on the meeting minutes? Okay, not seeing any. Roll call vote. School Board Member Warnock.
Yes.
School Board Member Preble.
Yes.
School Board Member Richards.
Yes.
School Board Member Roach.
Yes.
School Board Member Kidder.
Yes.
And School Board Member Truman.
Yes.
And School Board Member Johnston.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0 to pass the minutes. Okay, moving on to item number 4. There are no adjustments to the agenda this evening. Item number 5, there are no correspondence. Item number 6 is public session. If there is anyone wishing to speak, please step forward to the podium, state your name and address for the record, and you will have 3 minutes to speak.
Lauren Grenier, 81 Jenkins Road, Saco, Maine. Good evening. I'm here tonight to speak about the fairness, or the lack of it, and how this district applies its own policies. When a policy is unclear or inconsistently enforced, it stops protecting people and starts hurting them, staff, students, and even this district as a whole. When I worked for the Saco School District, I was investigated under this same policy for misgendering, while the dead name of that same staff member appeared publicly on an official agenda sent by the superintendent and received by this board. Same policy, same issue. And what I can only assume to be two very different responses. And I can only assume because when I emailed this board asking for accountability on September 26th, questioning what process applies when you commit the same act as I was investigated for, I received no response. I received no response on October 1st either when I followed up. If that isn't uneven enforcement, I don't know what is. And it makes one thing clear. This policy is confusing, inconsistent, and an urgent need of change. At the last meeting, Superintendent Ray said the district follows Maine state law regarding human rights policy. And that sounds good in theory, but in reality, it's not true. It's not true. The Maine Human Rights Act defines harassment to include misgendering and dead naming. Federal law does not. Under federal Title IX, harassment means conduct that is severe, pervasive, and objectively offensive enough to deny someone equal access to education. In other words, it takes more than a disagreement, and I would like you to look at me while I'm speaking, please. Thank you. It takes more than a disagreement. I would like you to please look at me while I'm speaking. Thank you. It takes more than a disagreement or a single word to meet that standard. Trying to enforce both state and federal definitions at the same time only creates confusion and double standards. Exactly what we've seen played out in this district. 2 weeks ago, I spoke at the school board meeting, and that video has since been viewed over 700,000 times. And that's from one share, 700,000 times. It's been shared across the country. Parents, educators, and taxpayers from every corner of Maine and far beyond are watching closely. It's clear where the public stands. This is an 80-20 issue, and yet this board continues to operate as it works for the 20%. That imbalance has to end. So tonight I've submitted a formal written request to the policy subcommittee asking that this district review and revise its human rights and Title IX policies. That request calls for aligning district policy with federal law, specifically Title IX and its original purpose of protecting individuals from sex-based discrimination in education, and removing the added gender identity, misgendering, and dead naming language that goes far beyond the federal requirements. If this board chooses not to change the policy, it is knowingly upholding a rule it has already violated and setting the expectation that others will be punished for the same. That isn't fairness, and it is not leadership. It's a contradiction written into policy, and it undermines the integrity of this district at every level. The longer this remains unaddressed, the greater the confusion, liability, and public distrust will grow. The public has already decided where it stands, and you know. We went viral. It's your turn to decide whether you want to lead with integrity or be remembered for refusing to. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other members of the public wishing to speak? Okay, not seeing anyone seeking recognition. Moving on to item number 7, that is the superintendent's report. Superintendent Wright.
I appreciate those who stay for the meetings because it's very important that as a community, we do talk about the things that are in front of us. And the first thing that I'm going to say is that when you lead with integrity, you think about your community as a whole, and you think about the employees that you have the opportunity to work with. And what I'd like to just make sure that the public and the board knows is that our employees aren't looking for a viral moment. But yet they walk into school every single day, and over the last several weeks have opened their email or listened to their voicemail with threats all across the country coming their direction. I applaud every one of our staff members, administrators, ed techs, secretaries who take the phone calls for their hard work for this community, their professionalism, and their commitment to kids more than a comment and walking out the door. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Saco Middle School will again participate in their annual Kindness Day on October 24th. Throughout the month, they will also track their individual acts of kindness to see the impact that they're making on the community. Our middle school kids are going to practice kindness to impact the community. You saying my 3 minutes are up?
I am.
Can we get like 3.5?
I don't know how to turn it off.
Clearly she thinks superintendents talk too much. Their goal is $10,000 in pledges or donations to support clubs, unified arts, outdoor classroom spaces. If you want to pledge towards an act of kindness, please visit an SMS Student Individual Raise Craze page. Students are decorating hundreds of pumpkins for Saco's annual Pumpkin Harvest Festival on Sunday, October 19th at CK Burns. I encourage parents and community members to attend and check out their creative designs. I want to thank Dayton Sand and Gravel for their donation of 1,700 pounds of clean sand for pre-K in their sandboxes. Playing in sand is more than just fun. It supports student development by encouraging creativity, fine motor skills, and sensory exploration. I want to thank those who were able to tour around the building tonight, because the reason we're here tonight is to show off some of the improvements that we've made in this space. And there's a lot more planned. So thank you for being willing to host a meeting at the school. And I really need to thank you, Jen, Joe, the tech crew, Chris, everybody, because it's just a lot of extra work to do it here. But it's important for us to visit our schools from time to time. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions or comments for the superintendent? seeing any. Moving on to item number 8, that is the chair's report. Chair Preble?
I don't have anything new to share this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 9, there are no staff reports this evening. Item number 10 is the board subcommittee minutes and meetings. Item A is the policy and personnel committee minutes. They actually had their meeting this afternoon at 5:30. The finance and infrastructure committee, the next meeting is October 22nd at 4:30. And the curriculum committee minutes are attached in the packet. And the next meeting is October 27th at 4:30. There is no old business this evening. Moving on to item number 12 is new business. Item A is there a motion for new hires?
Madam Mayor,
School Board Member Truman?
I move we approve those listed in the stipend section and issue a stipend contract for the 2025-26 school year.
Thank you. Motion has been made by School Board Member Truman. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by School Board Member Johnston. Any comments or discussion on the item? Okay, roll call vote. School Board Member Warnock.
Yes.
School Board Member Preble.
Yes.
School Board Member Richards.
Yes.
School Board Member Roach.
Yes.
School Board Member Kidder.
Yes.
School Board Member Truman.
Yes.
And School Board Member Johnston.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Okay, moving on to item B, that is resignations. No, there are no resignations this evening. Item C is a building update. Superintendent Ray?
We are 2 weeks away from a very exciting day for the opening of bids. That will be at 2 p.m. at City Hall. I know a lot of questions are coming in. We still believe that we have 7 possible bidders on the project, which will be exciting. And then also, as we announced on the other night at the meeting, December 4th will be our official groundbreaking ceremony. That's at 11 a.m. Meg. We'll be on site and details will follow because obviously 2 weeks out, we'll start looking at the weather and making arrangements for exactly what's going to happen. But we're pretty excited as that will be a historic moment for our community.
All right, thank you very much. Any questions or comments for the superintendent regarding the building updates? Okay, moving on to item D, that is the enrollment update. Superintendent Ray?
So apologize, this is not linked. I'll make sure it's linked after the meeting. I tried to do it here in the meeting, but the other night we, for those of you who were able at the joint city council meeting, we were talking about the enrollment projections for the city. We are currently at 1,898 students at the elementary level and 891 for Thornton Academy. We will keep updating this information up until our final report date. It's based on October 1 enrollment, but we usually have about 30 days to lock that in because certain kids will have transferred and done certain pieces to verify the data. And I'll have another update at the next meeting, but the final numbers will probably be the first November meeting.
Great, thank you very much. Any questions or comments? Okay, moving on to item E, that is the strategic plan. That we've got Meg this evening.
I'll just add one piece to the building update. I was able to attend the planning board meeting last night with Oak Point and then a meeting today in which we met with city engineers and sewer and a couple other stakeholders to be sure that we can iron out some outstanding comments before the October 21st meeting. So we're grateful for the city's partnership in making sure that we resolve all of those kind of very technical aspects of the project and ensure that those are in the bid and the specs so that we can move forward. update on strategic planning. We have our curriculum committee taking that on for right now. We started that in May, and at this point, we have had a survey response of 331 individuals, including 77 staff responses and 255 community responses. We did have closed the survey now and are utilizing the data from that survey to create questions for upcoming focus groups. Some of the areas that are identified as areas of agreement include a focus on student engagement and well-being as the #1 priority, followed by academic excellence, and thirdly by classroom resources and technology. Another kind of standout from that survey was in looking at kind of a scaled metric of whether we should focus on kind of fine-tuning those basics or really striving towards change and innovation on a 1 through 5 scale. The survey was an average rating of above 4, so really looking towards what that means for the Saco community in terms of focusing on innovation within our schools. The focus groups, there will be 4 opportunities for community members to sign up. Those links are available in the superintendent's newsletter. We'll be putting those in principal newsletters, and then we will also be promoting that via Facebook and social media, as well as potentially a text push a week or so before if we're still looking for participants. We will do 2 online sessions on October 20th at 11:30 and 6:30, 11:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. And then October 21st, in-person sessions at Dyer Library, one at 11:30 a.m. and another at 6:30 p.m. And folks would need to complete that form so that we can be sure that we're organizing the facilitation of those focus groups effectively. Ultimately, we will look to have a strategic plan that includes a mission and vision statement, the district profile, and some core focus areas or priorities for the next 5 years. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions or comments? School Board Member Truman?
I know we already talked about this, but how many people are you looking for in each focus group? Ballpark.
So I would love to be able to include everybody that signs up, and we might just shift around or solicit different feedback for facilitation or structure of that focus group in order to ensure that we can accommodate everyone in the event that we do, ideally we won't have groups of larger than 8 to 10 people to facilitate a good discussion, but if we have 20 or 30 folks sign up, I'll tap into my competent group of fellow administrators to ensure that we can get some other facilitators. You're welcome.
Thank you. Anyone else? School Board Member Johnston? Thank you.
I'm not sure if this information has already been discussed or not, Meg, but the staff focus groups, is there a deadline, a date set for that, or is that still unknown?
Yeah, so the staff focus group will also be on October 21st at 3:30 at Dyer Library. And then the plan will be after we have a little bit more of a draft developed, that we'll have an opportunity to visit each school and get feedback from entire staffs at that point. So we will have, I think, a group of 12, if I'm remembering correctly, maybe 18 staff members that our administration is working to kind of ensure that we've given everyone an opportunity to do that, but that we have a little bit of a cross-section of staff so that it's a combination of teachers, support staff, UA folks, and that that's equally represented across our schools.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, not seeing anyone. So that was item E for the strategic plan. Moving on to item, was that the curriculum as well, built in?
I have a separate report.
Okay. No, we talked about that as well. Okay, so moving on to item F, that is the curriculum team priorities. That is Meg as well.
And I won't spend too much time on this. I try to provide this annually as information for the board and backup as to what our curriculum design teams are focused on. I would just call your attention to the fact that the English Language Arts group has kind of two committees running. One is kind of our normal operating business and supporting the current curriculum, and another is pilot teachers and looking towards whether or not we should be adopting resources that are more in line with the science of reading, where we have teachers piloting those and evaluating those resources this year. And then I would also call your attention to the fact that currently we have our science curriculum K-5 operating quite smoothly with the anchor resource of mystery science. And so this year there's not a team convening on a regular basis at the elementary level for science.
Great, thank you. Any questions? School Board Member Roach?
On the social studies for middle school, it says that
Okay, yeah, just feedback.
I think it's the lapel mic and that mic are too close together. So if she can move over a little bit that way, that might help. Okay, try again.
Ben?
it wasn't that big a question. You have a social studies team, but it's on hold because of language arts, or was there a set like proposal for something new in social studies for middle school?
So middle school is utilizing the new resources this year. We are having kind of a soft launch of that where we have full access to all of the resources, but we're talking about which one unit in each of the grade levels we're going to teach in common from those resources this year, because the intent with adopting those resources has always been to supplement and add to the units that are created and designed by teachers. The K-5 work is on hold for social studies for the reason that the resources that we're piloting in K-5 ELA are what are now referred to in the industry as knowledge-based curriculums, which means that they rely heavily on science and social studies topics to anchor the ELA resources or English Language Arts resources. So we want to make a decision about that so that we have a social studies curriculum that would be in alignment with the topics in English Language Arts if we do adopt a knowledge-based curriculum. That doesn't impact or apply to the resources that we purchased and adopted for social studies 6th grade.
Okay, thank you.
All set?
I'm back.
Okay, thank you. All right, anyone else? All set down there, okay. All right. Looks like no additional questions, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that moves us on to item G, and that is the first reading of policies. Is there a motion? School Board Member Johnston?
Thank you. I move we approve the first reading of policies JE, student attendance, JKAA, use of physical restraint and seclusion, JKAA-R, procedures on physical restraint and seclusion, JICIA, weapons, violence, and school safety, JLCD, administration of medication to students, and BB, school board legal status.
Okay, motion has been made by School Board Member Johnston. Is there a second?
Second.
School Board Member Truman? Both at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, heard Sarah come out first. Okay, any discussion or comments on any of the policies? Okay, not seeing any, roll call vote. School Board Member Warner?
Yes.
School Board Member Preble?
Yes.
School Board Member Richards?
Yes.
School Board Member Roach?
Yes.
School Board Member Killer?
Yes.
And School Board Member Truman?
Yes.
And School Board Member Johnston.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0. Okay, item 13 other information? Is there anything any of the school board members would like to share? Okay, not seeing any. Item 14, there is no executive session this evening. Takes us to item 15, and that is adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by School Board Member Truman, is there a second?
Second.
School Board, second by School Board Member Warnoff.
No, kidding.
Oh, you were holding the mic. All right, School Board Member Kidder, second. And roll call vote, School Board Member Warnoff.
Yes.
School Board Member Purple.
Yes.
School Board Member Richards.
Yes.
School Board Member Roach.
I will quote a lyric, "Are you kind?" Yes.
School Board Member Kidder.
Yes.
School Board Member Truman.
Yes.
And School Board Member Johnston.
Yes.
Motion to adjourn passes at 7:30. Thank you, everyone, and have a great night.